It's like shedding fucking skin. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome back. My name is Beandurd Seth, and I hope your day is doing well. Today, I will be talking about my bottom 5 movies of 2021. As we all have our favorite movies of any given year, there were always these movies that just don't really reach the heights of those films. In fact, they are total fucking garbage. I know I have a few movies that I really did not like last year. And I really only narrowed it down to 5 because they were the only ones that really fucking bothered me. And usually that's because they fucked with my expectations in the worst way. I have had my expectations changed a lot by a lot of different movies last year, and usually for the good. But these movies, gotta bring out the fucking steel pipes and the torches and the fire axes for these motherfuckers. Without any further ado, number 5, Halloween Kills. Oh, starting strong because goddamn, this movie sucked. And as much as I can give it credit for the violence and gore, and obviously you always have to give some credit to the movie for having Jamie Lee Curtis, but you know what? She was in Freaky Friday too, so she doesn't always do great movies. Halloween Kills was bad for many reasons, and I can't get too deep into that without spoiling the plot, but Michael Myers is apparently a supernatural demon monster from hell, and spoiler alert, that was very late. I'm sorry, it's already done. I don't know what went wrong or what went through these writers' minds to think that this was the right direction to go. You had already established something that a lot of people really liked in Halloween 2018. And you go and do this. You had 3 years to come up with something better than this. This has already been done. This is not original at all. And I would just much rather had it be a fucking regular dude. Why are we doing this? On top of that, I don't think we needed the kid from Weird Science to play one of the kids from the original movie returning. Thought that was pretty terrible. They also gang up on a mentally ill person and force him to jump out of the fucking window when this dude was like a foot shorter than Michael Myers, and they're just going after him. Dude, what the fuck? Like, I understand that's probably like some social commentary that they're trying to go on, but it just doesn't land. This wasn't the right approach. It makes me really not look forward to Halloween Ends this year, and I look forward, most of all, to putting Halloween Ends on my bottom 5 next year. Michael Myers, go back to your fucking window, and don't come back until you have a good movie. Number 4. The Conjuring 3. You know why? Because James Wan didn't make it. But James Wan produced it. Yeah, that doesn't make any difference. James Wan produced all of the Conjuring universe movies. Did you like The Nun? Let's move on. Number 3. Okay, fine. The Conjuring 3 was bad for many reasons, and I don't want to get too deep into it because it irks me to even imagine that this is where it fucking went. But it took the real life crime, the actual occasion where this guy pleaded that the devil made him do something, in a court of law. They don't care about your religion. You committed a crime. If they were going this off the fucking rails, they could have just made it a crazy shit show, and I would have had way more respect for this movie. But they made it a fucking witch hunt, while this kid, like, that got possessed is like, oh, God, man, it wasn't even, like, violent enough, or, like, quirky enough, or scary enough to reach any levels of the previous Conjuring movies. And so it's just like the most flaccid dick of a horror movie, and it's so not fun to watch. I would never watch this movie again, and I certainly am not going to own it. And that is hard for me to say, because I will still probably buy Halloween Kills. Fuck you, Conjuring. Number 3. Number 3 is Army of the Dead. And the only reason that this isn't higher is because somehow there were worse movies. Because good fucking God, fuck you, Zack Snyder. I'm never sitting through one of your 3-hour fucking movies again. You gave us a pretty good remake with Dawn of the Dead. George Romero being the most iconic director, in my opinion, an icon to me. I loved zombies solely because of that man. And then you made Dawn of the Dead, and it was great. I had no problems with it. Not better than the original, as many people would claim, but it was still a decent endeavor into the zombie horror trope, and it was fun. And it had a slow jazz band jam of Down with the Sickness, and who doesn't love that? But that's not the only thing lacking from the Army of the Dead, which I have also heard that the sequel, what is it, the Army of Thieves or whatever, is actually pretty decent. But guess who's not going to fucking watch that now because of this first movie? This guy. Listen, I can bitch about this all day, but this 3-hour movie that looks like it came from a fucking CSI episode is not worth my fucking time. The best thing that goes for it is like the gore, and most of that is CG, so it's not incredible in the first place. Somehow you made Dave Bautista not enjoyable to me. It's like you were going for Suicide Squad, the shitty one, for zombies, and that wasn't fun. I didn't care about any of these characters, so when they died, it had no effect on me. I was just so goddamn bored for the entire time. I'm sorry, this is going to be a very pessimistic and bitchy episode, but hopefully that's what you came here for, because if not, then I'm assuming you would have clicked off already anyway. But fuck this movie. It's a bag of trash. Throw it in the dumpster and take it to the curb. Wait for Ricky to come by and say, "Garbage day!" and then shoot your ass for fucking watching in the first place. Numero dos. Number 2 is The Unholy. And this is probably the one I'm going to talk about the least, because it's just very obvious what went wrong here. It was the laziest possible possession, Catholic Church, demon, horror movie that they could have done. Simple as that. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan was so unused. Like, he has so much more potential, and he was just the most boring character. He was unlikable throughout the entire thing, and I know that's entirely because of the writing, because I've seen that motherfucker act in the most horrible villain roles, and I still love the fuck out of that guy. I don't really even want to talk about it. That's how bad it was. I just don't want to talk about this movie. I watched it all the way through, and I went to the theaters to see it. It was altogether of very unfortunate circumstances, and I'm done talking about it. Number 1. Can you guess? You know what it is? M. Night Shyamalan. God damn you. Old is my number 1 for the worst movies of 2021. You know why? The only black character in the movie is a rapper that the great writer himself, M. Night Shyamalan, decided to call mid-sized sedan. M. Night Shyamalan also plays a large role in this movie, which I must have forgotten when he was actually a good actor and wasn't just a cameo in all of his movies, which is a stupid trend that directors do anyway. I don't want to see you in these movies. The best ones are Quentin Tarantino, like when he fucking explodes, because it's very Quentin Tarantino. It's fantastic. But I didn't need this, M. Night Shyamalan. Why did you do this to me? You took an actually good premise and fucked it up. It's deja vu. We didn't need part 2. Somehow you took one of my favorite movies of the year, Pig, and made another movie that was only 3 letters, and used one of the same actors, Alex Wolff, and made him a horrible actor, which just goes to show that writing has so much to do with any movie that these actors are in, because I've seen him act so fucking well in Hereditary and Pig, and then this, and then fucking this. This has a child that dies after not being held for 5 seconds because it died of, loneliness, or like it wasn't being held enough. I get that time is sped up. I did the calculations because I was going to do a review on this movie as well, and then just the entire thing was just a rant. And I'm going to try to not do that here, but I went through the calculations, and even then, it didn't make any sense. They were constantly going between how fast certain people's cells grew, and it just didn't work. You didn't care about any of the characters or that they would die, and the twist, that wasn't really a twist, it's just terrible. M. Night Shyamalan, I would say make something original, but I don't even want that anymore. You need to go sit in the corner for a little while. Just think about what you've done. And that's my bottom 5 of 2021. If you have any other ones, any objections, any specific movies that you want me to watch, go watch my other video first and see if I had already seen that movie, because it's very likely if I'd seen it, it lands just between them in the area of my head that will likely be forgotten in no time. But I will always remember these movies for how fucking bad they are. Thank you for watching. If you like this rant, it's not going to happen like this most of the time, but I have my pessimistic reviews, and if you want to watch more of my content, you should subscribe, like this video, comment what you would like me to watch, because I usually do more thorough reviews of videos. I also have a podcast, the Beandubbed Podcast, that is available when you look that up on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Right now I'm working on Google Podcasts. I think it's already up. It just tells me that I can't use it. So I guess you can still listen to it there, but feel free. And thank you. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. I'll be back soon. Otherwise, I'll be on my podcast weekly. So just listen there. Bye.